Hi guys, I'm here. We've had some dreaded gremlins. I thought I'll reboot my phone before I start and then hopefully it'll fix the zooming issue. And then it took forever for my phone to restart, but I'm here. Can you all hear me? Do let me know. I can see I've got a few comments already, so I'm going to go back over them in a second. Might be a little bit laggy. Seems like everything's going wonky tonight. Can you hear me? Do let me know, please. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Clover Stitcher. Right. Okay. So I've got a few comments already. So I'm just going to say hi to everybody who's commented so far in the chat. Hello to Mrs. Miggins, Silver Stitches, Katinka, Clover Stitches, needle in hand, ready to go. That's what we like. Hi, Anna Karen and Woo Woo. Missy, hello. Sharon, Saskia, first time on here. I got so engrossed that I barely noticed that the chat had exploded. Hi, Saskia, and welcome. Hi, Dan. Hi, Sandy, and hi, Patricia. I'm glad that you can all hear me. I've had some technical gremlins. Like I said, I restarted my phone in the hope it'll stop the zooming in and out issue. And then it took ages for it to restart, and I'm about ready to throw it out the window. Hi, Cheryl.
As long as you don't throw it at me.
No, I won't throw it at you, dear. Andy is with me, as I'm no doubt you can hear.
Hello.
I am working tonight on Sailing Fairy, which is my pain-free crafts chart and kit. If you just bear with me 2 ticks, I'll show you the mock-up. I seem to be making a mess of my stitching today. I've done very well on this today. I've had done no overtime this weekend, so I've got quite a lot of stitches in.
That's my fault.
On this one. Silver Stitches and Clover Stitches, Saskia and Patricia all say hello, Andy.
Hello. I'm very popular, apparently.
Allegedly. Okay, let me show you the mock-up of this one. So it's this one. Sailing Fairy Panoramic, and I am up in the top bit here. Today I've done quite a lot. I've done over 1,500 stitches on this today. The advantage of not doing overtime and things. Marvellous. Been a proper weekend off. And Woo Woo says hi as well.
Like I said,
you're getting a following, love.
Apparently.
Yeah, so this is stitch 25 count. Yeah, even with fabric 1/1 full cross, and yeah, it's a lovely stitch. It's a pain-free crafts, charted and kitted, and yeah, I've got a lot done on this today. About 50, like I said, over 1,500 stitches so far. We've had a nice Sunday dinner as well, just some salmon and new potatoes today. So we've done all of the regular things. Yeah, Silver Stitches, it is indeed beautiful. It's a lovely chart. And it's a artwork is Nadia Strokina. So, you know, of course, if you are interested, always pop over to Pain Free Crafts and take a look. Patricia, I haven't forgotten about diamond paintings. You're getting all sorted out. Oh, that's absolutely fine, Patricia. You know, whenever you are ready, you know, don't feel under any sort of pressure. Thank you very much. Hannah, as I've let her know, and there was a big grin on her face. So, and then ooh. So yeah, she Yes, I think she's quite happy. So how are we? What are we up to? Oh, hi, Mal. Our weather here seems to be warming up. It's been windy but warm. I was actually at the coast yesterday. I was at Hornsey, and me and Andy were both there, and it was windy, but it wasn't unpleasant because it was lovely and warm. So we had a nice overnight stay and some us time, didn't we, love?
We did.
And it was quite nice. Hi, Adria. How are you? Norma, hi, Nicola, Andy, and everyone. I'm ready to stitch right along with you. Finally doing the back stitching on my ballerina beauty. Can't wait to get it into the frame. Lovely. Oh, I've got one just coming through on Facebook as well. I'm assuming it's Catherine.
What does it mean when you say coming through on Facebook?
Catherine sends me messages via Facebook because
Oh,
she has difficulty in commenting on YouTube, I think because of the way she watches.
Oh, okay.
So, hi, Catherine. I hope you are well as well. Catherine says, hi, everyone. Hope all is well.
It's a bit weird now.
Okay. Patricia, I hope you have a spare room ready for them. Well, I've never used my loft. So technically I do. I have an empty loft space. So they could go from your loft. Well, I would say to my loft, but I'll get Hannah to put some other stuff up in there. Okay.
I fancy climbing that ladder though, do you?
No. I will not look at more stitchy stuff. Dangerous, that is. Yes, absolutely, Saskia. Just to be a very naughty enabler, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Tilton Crafts are retiring about 100 charts. At least 2 of them include the Beauty and the Beast Cordec design. So if you've been after that one, I would be going and having a look at Tilton Crafts. So there you go. I'll be naughty and enable you guys. Mal, it was lovely. We had an overnight stay in a B&B, bed and breakfast. We had a lovely walk. We went in the amusements. We explored the town. And I stayed on diet plan. I lost 2.5 pounds this week, and I have no intention of gaining any of that back. So I am now on countdown. I have 30 pounds to lose to get to the goal I set myself. I'm hoping to be there at some point during the summer. I have to say it's getting easier and easier because at the coast here, it's dead easy to overindulge on fish and chips and ice cream and all the rest of it. And I didn't.
You didn't. This is a good thing.
Yep. And even at breakfast, it was like a full fry up cooked breakfast at the hotel. I had scrambled eggs, mushrooms, and tomatoes. It was very good.
Because you are a good girl.
So there we go. Okay. Just catch up on a few comments. So Cheryl, I went to see Pretty Woman musical and I'm diamond painting. Fantastic. How was it? I hope you had a lovely time. Silver Stitches did some stitching on a stamped cross stitch today. If I didn't have to go out, I would stop it. If I didn't have to go out, I would have been doing that all day. Yep. Clover Stitcher working on a stitching shelf. Which size are you doing, Clover Stitcher? Mine's the regular size max colour. What's yours? Stitching Budapest doing, apologise. Woo woo, it's been terrible weather in the West Midlands, like winter is back. Yeah, I know. I mean, we're sort of much more easterly, I think, and we're kind of, getting the nicer part of the weather, if that's, kind of a thing, really. All right, love, that was a bit of a frustrated sigh.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just struggling to find something here.
Okay. Stitching Budapest doing well, thanks, Nicola. Hope all is good with you also. Yeah. I am still here, still going, still stitching. I haven't got any model stitches on at the moment, so it means that my projects get, you know, a good run. And I've done plenty extra on Mary Princess this week, so I brought the finishing day down. Silver Stitches, what's your Facebook name, Nicola? And I will have a look at Tilton Crafts. Not that I can afford anything, still skinned. My Facebook name is Nicola, and then the letter L, and then Smith. So, you know, if you do want to add me on there, that goes for everybody, and you'll see a head and shoulders shot of me as my profile picture. So, yeah, by all means, add me. Okay. Dan, working on Shades of Red by Haid and Lane Kendrick, 199 boy stitches, more stitches, and we'll be at 80,000. Fantastic, Dan. How many stitches is the piece overall? Trish and Sandy say, well done. Mrs. Miggins, that's brilliant loss. Definitely think you'll beat my loss. Well, it's the total, the overall weight loss is just over 7 stone, I think. Yeah, I've lost 5 stone, 8.5 now. And I want to lose another 30 pounds, which is 2 stone 2. So 5 stone, 8.5, 6, 7 stone. So it'd be 7 stone, 10.5 that I lose, nearly 8 stone. That's a person. That's quite shocking. Okay. Saskia, I have a printer kit, a really cool design of Gryffindor doing snake method and loving it. You go ahead and take good care of yourself, Nicola. Yep. Snake method is, I quite like it. For my 10th stitch piece, which will be coming out tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. It'll be coming out this week. Daughter of the Deep is out tomorrow for the Stitch With Me. Okay. Silver Stitch, I had a fry up last night. My brother and I rarely have them. We don't tend to have them much here either. And if I do, I try and do it, you know, as healthily as I can. Use the air fryer and, you know, grill, you know, rather than fry. Although I do occasionally still fry bacon. I don't think you can beat fried bacon. Clover stitch, same regular size, max colour. Great stuff. Hi Esther, how are you? Lovely to see you. Patricia, doing The Flower of Scotland by Vivian Powers. Great stuff. Saskia, well done. Nicola, we had almost 27 degrees Celsius here in Germany. It's April and we're sweltering already. I think it got to about 20 at its high yesterday where we were. About 20 degrees Celsius, which, you know, is unseasonably warm. But then, you know, I came home and immediately put my hoodie on because I was cold. So, but then Andy says, oh gosh, I'm sweltering, I'm really hot. But I wonder if, you know, perhaps I'm a little bit run down, maybe coming down with a little something. I've had my moments this weekend of feeling a little off colour at times. Yes, I will. So I'll beat your record, 6 stone in 6 months. I didn't meet 6 stone in 6 months because I've been nearly 7 months, well, 7 months-ish now. So, yeah. But I want to be at my goal inside a year, which for me, I think is definitely doable. Hi, Ava. How are you? Okay. 502. And Mal, such an accomplishment on the weight loss. As a chunky lady myself, I know how much work it is to lose weight. Yeah. I go to the group every week and I stay for the group because they do have, sort of quite important lessons. And there's such a lot of, one thing I've never done is I've had rough times in my life. I mean, you've heard me sort of touch on it briefly when I've had, a rough day, a rough week, or, whatever. But I have never, ever let that interfere with my weight loss. Because the weight loss is for me and nobody should derail that. And I'm a Yorkshire lass. I'm, always watching the pennies, and I'm paying £6 a week to get weighed. So, the sooner I can get to my goal and not be paying that £6 a week, I'll be happier. But there you go.
If there was any doubt that Yorkshire people are tight.
Oh, yes. Hi, Christine. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hey, I'm tight and I don't mind admitting it. I like to have a decent bank balance, but I don't go without. I'm a bargain hunter more than anything, I think. We were yesterday where we were at Hornsey, which is on the northern east coast of England. And, we went shopping. Did a little bit of shopping. There's a free port there. And it was very weird because I was looking around, I'm looking at the clothes, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Trouble is I've got nowhere to wear it, because I don't go out very much, I mean, I'm not going to go and spend, 40 or £50 on a dress that I'm going to wear to the office. That's not me. And I've still got loads of thin clothes in my wardrobe, so I shan't go without. But no, didn't spend very much. Anyway, I've got to, be careful with the pennies with having a new kitchen. So Mrs. Miggins, what's the bank balance? Yeah, mine was going to drop very rapidly when I get the bill for my kitchen. So I try to keep whatever I can in there right now. Andy and I were spotted yesterday, but the lady didn't say hello because she didn't feel right. Andy didn't have his high vis on, so she saw that he was technically off duty. Didn't want to.
I wasn't off
sort
duty.
of interrupt.
We had been making the video.
Yeah. So, if ever you see us out and about, if you're here in the UK and you see me and Andy out and about, say hello. Whether or not Andy's wearing his high vis or not. We don't mind, do we, love? Balance is depending on the point of view. Yeah. Very true. 50 pence in each account, that's balance. Bit like a balanced diet is a cookie in each hand.
But it was a beer in each hand.
Yeah, as long as it's two of the same thing, and I much prefer a cookie to a beer.
Each to their own.
Says you who doesn't drink.
I don't.
So I had a 4-day working week this week, with it being Easter Monday last Monday. we took the girls to Cleethorpes for the day, and the girls really enjoyed that. And they had fish and chips, and I had a prawn salad. Stayed on plan. Went and spent some time in the arcade and a few other odds and sods. Right, enjoyed our day. Definitely the way to spend an Easter bank holiday. And obviously because of the bank holiday, just a short week this week at work, which is even nicer, isn't it? And I've just dropped my needle. Oh, got it. Mrs. Miggins just bought a new to me car from my ex, so bank balance is very low. Yep. It's getting to be an expensive hobby, being a motorist, isn't it? Hi, Caroline. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So in going to the coast this weekend, there was a retreat that was being held about 4 or 5 miles away from me. And I couldn't go because we were at the coast. It was a very difficult decision. Do I go to the coast with Andy, or do I go and stitch all weekend in peace? The coast won because I love the sea. But it could have been a very different story, couldn't it, love? Our stitching helps to keep the cookies and beers out of our hands. Yes, very true, Gail. Very true. I don't know if any of you guys, I've put that stitching wrong place, read Cross Stitcher magazine a few years ago where they actually did a Stitch and Slim section. And the ladies who were doing the edited thing, you know, were watching their weight a little bit, and they did do a Stitch and Slim, and they used the stitching as a form of, you know, focus to not, you know, go and mooch in the kitchen cupboard kind of thing. Always mildly amused me, but I can see definitely the thought behind it. I was talking to my boss a few weeks ago. She went to Australia on a flight, and she says, I don't know what I'm going to do for all these hours on a flight. And I says, take a small cross stitch project, because literally the hours will zing by as you're doing it. And she didn't do it. And, you know, and I think myself that if you do stuff like, you know, a little cross stitch kit, time does absolutely zing past, doesn't it? Yeah. I said to her, did you ever take a little kit or something with you? She's like, no. I'm like, you should have done. You wouldn't have even noticed the flight because you'd have been that busy stitching. I love to stitch on flights, me. Makes it pass. I'll stitch anywhere though. Stitching in the car the other day, ain't I, dear?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, it's all right. Andy's got his headphones on. I was saying I was stitching in the car. Here's a weird thing. The project I was stitching was on 18 count because I took my Lord of the Rings stained glass, and in the Lord of the Rings stained glass, obviously I'm stitching 2/1 and 18 count. It's harder for me to stitch on 18 count in a moving car than it is to stitch on 25, which is so much smaller. Isn't that weird? But I could you know, stitch quite happily because it was light until about, what, 7:30, I think. And it was a lovely sunny evening. Been making tea, getting my dinner. What have I missed? Oh, all sorts of chit chat. You'll have to have a rewind, Silver Stitcher. Saskia, she would have noticed the neck pain though. Yes, she might have done, but she might not have noticed her. I think it's her ex-husband who she went with, who would have been sat next to her, whittling in her ear roll. That's the thing about cross stitching. You can just disappear off into your own little world, can't you? Mal, I always have a smaller project on the go for travelling. Yep. People are so curious when I pull it out on the plane or at the airport. Yeah, I have at least, I have 2 or 3 projects that I'm easily able to travel with. You know, so, and I do regularly. And of course I go into office with my stitching and sit in the breakout area like a Mardy Moo with my stitching and ignore everybody. My lunchtime is my stitchy time. Carol, I'm doing okay. I'm out of the wheelchair and using a walker. Well, oh, that's fantastic news. Well done, Caroline. Your recovery is going well then. If you're already out and up and about out of your wheelchair, that's great stuff. All we can do is now get you just progressing that bit more, isn't it, eh? You're back on your feet in no time. Gail, it was 18 count Ada. I don't have any 36 count, so but it's really weird. It's easier to work on 25 count than 18 count. It's just odd. Don't know how it works, but there we go. Still got some stitching done, so bonus. Zipping up the M180, stitching in hand. Sometimes when I've got my stitching in hand, we pass like a lorry and the driver is always sort of looks into the passenger side and has a weird look on the face. It's what the heck have you got on your lap? What have I done there? Silly Billy. I need a magnifying light on 16 count. You know, I've had to use my magnifier on this today, which is unusual for me. But I think it's because my eyes are just a little bit tired. And I was stitching lots of these yellow colours. And some of them are quite close together. And they were quite hard to see. So out came my my magnifier just while I got through the rough bit. Stitching greens and blues isn't so bad, but stitching yellows on this white fabric is a bit of a challenge at times. I think after working on so many larger ones, our brains are hardwired for the 25 count. Yeah, you know, I think you've got a point there. Because I think the vast majority of my projects are on 25 count. It's this, like let's see. Night Cafe is 25. Stitching Shelf, Maui Princess, Sailing Fairy, Daughter of the Deep, Envy. She Sleeps is on 20. The other one is on 18 counts for Lord of the Rings. One missing one. Oh, Realm of Middle Earth map. So out of my 9 current projects, 7 of them are on 25 count. I think I'm definitely hardwired to it. Don't have any model stitching on at the moment. So I think she said that there's a project coming next week. But I got my model stitches off my stand last Tuesday, I think it was, that I finished them. So that's all gone and gone back. I was looking on LinkedIn to see if I could make myself like a profile for being an embroidery model stitcher, but it's not that easy. Didn't sort of seem to have the right options. Yeah, if I could make enough doing it, I would do it full time. It makes a useful secondary income, but I don't think it could be a primary. Unless I win the lottery. It'd have to be more than a tenner. Okay. Mrs. Miggins only stitches on 25 count. I love it. Stitching Budapest, all my remaining whips are 25. Silver stitches, I couldn't see 25 count, let alone stitch on it. Yeah. It took me a while to get used to 25 count. Maui Princess, no, Avarice was the first project that I ever did on 25 count. And when I first started it, it was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I hated it. But then it kind of grew on me. I got the craft cupboard from Pain Free Crafts and it's huge. I don't have a frame big enough for it. How do you sort out all your excess fabric? I have a series of clips and rolling up. So like here you'll see with this is the excess fabric for the right hand side. So I'll attach using a hoop. I'll put the hoop in the right place. I'll attach the hoop to my lowery. As you can see, I've put the clamp the opposite way around. And then the fabric I'll sort of roll up and then I'll just use some clips and clip it out of the way. It seems to work. But if you use Q-snap, for example, people do have grime guards and tuck fabric in the grime guard, but I don't use Q-snaps. I don't like them. My biggest piece, which is my stitching, well, not my biggest piece, it's one of the bigger pieces I've got, my stitching shelf. I've got on, I think they are, I think the 30-inch bars. I got a 30-inch frame from, I think it was Marie's Cross Stitch, because it was the only place I could get it from, because it's absolutely massive. So, you know, comparatively speaking, it's huge. My other kind of frame that I use an Elbacy clip frame sometimes. You don't have to roll all of the fabric onto the frame. You just have to clip the fabric onto the frame. But then again, I would use like a series of these kind of clips to hold the excess fabric that I'm not rolling on out of the way, if that makes sense. So yeah, these fabric clips I got from the Mad Aisle in Aldi.
That's not what we normally call it.
No, but I don't want to get demonetized. I also use these binder clips as well, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're storing your piece for any length of time. Don't leave these on because they're all metal, so they can oxidize as well. So I use those.
What's that then?
I don't know. What is it?
No, I'm trying to work it out.
Okay.
That's Burniston, so that must be.
Mrs. Miggins asked, what's everyone's preferred way of stitching? Hoops, hand, or frames? For me, it's either hoops or a scroll frame on a Lowry stand. But yeah, it's a good question. So how do you guys stitch? Do you have frame, hoop in hand, a nudge, round hoops? Do you use a patoki stand, or you know what? It's a good question. Everybody's different, aren't they, with how they stitch?
Allegedly.
I didn't use a frame for a long time. I didn't use a stand for a long time.
Oh, there we go.
Have you found it?
I was working something out. It always confused me because it looked like something else, but it actually ended up being what I wanted.
Okay, cool. Silver Stitcher says, Hade's a hoop stamped in hand because the fabric is stiffer. Yeah, I understand that. Is it? Yeah, it's the. I think it's like an extra layer of paint, isn't it? That just makes it ugh. Q snaps are in hand for Christine. Frame, nudge, or Q snaps for Sandy. Mrs. Miggins, I've tried many. I was stitching in hand for a few years now. I love a nudge. I haven't got a nudge hoop. I'm hoping I can pick one up when I go to the big stitch. Clover Stitcher hoop or nudge in hand, and or sometimes my Lowry, depending on how much my shoulder is acting up.
What's a nudge?
It's a type of hoop. I'll Q snap from Gail, but Mirabilia's in a frame. Yeah. Sharon, frame, hoops, and Q snaps. Current project is an 11 by 7 Q snap on my needles needs stand. Adria, Q snaps for large projects, in hand for small ones. Patricia, frames with my needle needs stand. Gail, stitches on a Lowry. Saskia, most of the time in hand because I struggle with hoops. Q snaps are perfect though for big accounts or a lot of confetti stitching and parking. I got a daylight stand from Amazon last year, but 80% still done in hand. Hi, Sunny Days. Were you at Floss Friends? Because if so, you weren't far from me. But I couldn't make it, sadly. Northern Stitcher Q snaps. I don't like the crease lines from hoops. Yeah, I found that these plastic hoops aren't too bad for crease lines. I think, to be fair, I think the wooden ones are probably a little bit harsher. Southern Spinner, hello. Good afternoon. Your live stream is coming through just fine. Lovely. Glad to hear. Where's the stitch going? It's going there. Okay. Mal, my Q-snaps seem to have lost their grip. Keep having to spin the clippy part to keep the tension. Now, I don't use Q-snaps, but from what I understand, if the gripper part has lost its tension, then you should pop it in the dishwasher. If you pop it in a dishwasher, it apparently regains its tension. Whether or not somebody else can verify that, I don't know. Probably, maybe, hopefully.
Well, we can't test it because we haven't got.
Because well, we haven't got Q-snap either because I gave mine away. I didn't like it. Hoops or scroll frames for Mal. Patricia, never been to retreat. They sound like a lot of fun. You're in Canada, right? You see, the Frost Friends UK retreat was down the road from me. It's the smallest retreat near London, Ontario. Anna Karen, depends on the fabric and the size. Though never in hand without a hoop or Q-snap. Esther, a universal stand on a hoop. Clover Stitcher, I have no trouble with lines with my Nerge. Interesting to hear. A couple of people said that about Nerges. But I know Sarah from Pain Free Crafts is going to be at the Big Stitch. So I shall ask her if she can bring me down an urge or two. Southern Spinner, you're quite an inspiration to us full coverage stitchers. What a lovely thing to say. Thank you for that. Never thought of myself as inspirational. I know somebody mentioned on a comment that there was me, Karen, Gemma, and Amy, and I couldn't remember who Amy was. And then I remembered she is Stitchery Lovers. And, you know, put me sort of in the same bracket with them. And I was like, oh. Sharon, I've never tried the dishwasher, but a piece of fabric, a felt between the fabric and the clamp works as well. So, oh yeah, that is the other way. So there you go, Mal. A piece of felt, could be just the ticket. But like I said, I tried a Q-snap and didn't like it. I just felt it was like too bulky. You know, I felt really clunky holding the frame. And after a little while, because, you know, I didn't have my stand then, it hurt my hand to hold it. So... Silver Stitches have requested a friendship from you on Facebook. Great, I will go and have a look at that shortly. And Mal will give that a try. You never know, it might just save your Q-snap stitching. Yeah, two options there, Mal. Mrs. Miggins is asking, was it you, Sharon, that went to the ENR? I believe it was Mrs. Miggins. Silver Stitches like to try a Nerge. They come in quite a number of sizes, I think. But for me, I'd have to get a couple of sort of fairly largish ones. I don't tend to have many small projects knocking about. They tend to be big ones. Does anyone know what the biggest hoop size is? The one my Fellowship of the one my Realm of Middle Earth map is on, I think, is about a 12 or 14 inch wide hoop at its widest point. It's just a round wooden hoop I got from Hobbycraft. I went and looked for the largest one that they did because I'm fed up of moving it. I think it's either 12 or 14 inches wide. It's quite substantial. Arts and Designs do an urge at great prices and usually next day delivery. Good to know. The quilting hoops that get pretty big, yep. But you know, they're not as the one that I have. Quilting hoops can be quite thick on the edge, but the one I have is just a thin, the standard size. So I know that some, like I said, the quilting ones can be a deeper depth to them. 3766. Wow, that's the size of a vinyl. Yeah. Yeah, the heady days of listening to vinyl, eh? Saskia, so I've missed a few videos. I've been binging. A few videos back, there was talk about a retreat with you. When is that happening? Well, I was talking about looking to see if I could organise a retreat, but I really haven't got very far with it. However, having said that, Saskia, in July, at the last weekend of July, there is a retreat here in my hometown called the Big Stitch. And it's a bit like sort of a Stitch Con sort of type thing. There's going to be lots of vendors there, and I think there might even be some like classes and stuff, and you know, then lots of stitches. So I'm looking at that. So, you know, if any of you is interested in it, if you just search on Facebook for The Big Stitch, it'll tell you who's going to be there. Like Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery is going to be there for a start, and one or two others. So, yeah. I will try and get one for my huge project. Patricia, I got mine in Hobbycraft, but if you don't have a Hobbycraft near you, give me a shout. I'll get you on and I'll send it over. It's the least I can do for the diamond paintings. So if you can't get one, let me know. I do have a project in a Q-snap, but I find them unyielding and bulky. Yeah, that's the same with me. I passed mine to my sister, who also stitches sporadically. I wouldn't say she's regular as a stitcher as I am, but she has been known to pick up a needle. Have a little drink of my tea. Oh, fantastic. Might have a wee snack before I go to bed. My tummy's rumbling in a big way.
Mm.
I might have one of those mug shots. Oh, way up, the cat's mooching about. Too early for your supper, cat. There's a Hobbycraft near Glasgow. I should be good, thanks, but let you know if you don't get one. Yeah, do, because in my Hobbycraft they had loads of them. If you can't get one, shout up. You know, I do periodically take trips to Hobbycraft.
Favourite shop, innit?
One of my favourites, yeah.
You have another one?
What, for crafting? Or just generally?
Well, both.
Well, you know me, Andy, I like a good pound shop for general. And you can also get crafting stuff and the works and home bargains. Yeah, I like to get my crafting stuff from many places. But I do like my online. And you all know about my love for Gecko Rouge. Here the gecko is looking very good. Here comes a kiddo.
Hello.
Hi, Hannah. Patricia's sorting out the diamond paintings to send down.
See that one that emailed you?
Yes, the lady who emailed me, yes.
You didn't mention her name before now, so.
Okay. I thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why has this got a knot in it?
I'm hungry.
Are you? Hello, hungry? I'm Andy.
You know,
To be fair, Hannah, you're not alone because Mum's hungry too, and I am as well.
what we're gonna do about it then?
Don't know. What do you suggest?
Guess what the Chinese?
I can. I'm on the bar.
I'm joking.
I'm cracking, we're all having a debate now. Patricia, I'm definitely interested if you decide to organise a retreat. Good to know. I don't know if you know, Patricia, but Sarah does some pain-free crafts. Calls them tartan retreats. I think they have a Facebook page. So there is one up there. And of course, her shop is in Dumfries. Not that far from you, I don't think. Although I could be wrong, it's happened before. If I was to do one, it'd be somewhere in the Midlands. Well, I say Midlands, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, somewhere around there. Somewhere that's got easy, good transport links. So good for motorway network and good for train and other transport links. Although we'll not talk about trains at the moment because, you know, they're constantly on flipping strike at the minute, aren't they? I think the Big Six will be a different experience to a normal retreat. Yep, certainly. It'll be much busier and a lot more networking, I think, and shopping. So, yeah, for sure, I think it's going to be different. It'll be good, though. Silver Stitch is looking at an LNS. I can purchase hoops there. They're a dying breed, I suppose, now, LNSs. There aren't that many around. I mean, we used to be quite lucky here because, in Sheffield, which is not far from me, where there was Hobbycraft, Atkinson's and John Lewis's. Atkinson's have reduced their hobby section down to pretty much nothing. And John Lewis's have now gone, so we've got Hobbycraft. There aren't, there's not much in the way of LNSs, which is a real shame. I think I'm going to have some money. I'm going to have to order from Painfree Crafts. I do have a wish list.
How many sins in a jacket potato?
None.
Cool.
Which of the following are you allowed to eat? Coleslaw?
No.
Tuna?
No. Yes.
Tuna.
Plain tuna, but no mayo.
Sweet corn?
You but usually has mayo. Why? You're ordering in?
Never.
Maybe. Everyone's saying
You're better off a jacket potato with beans for me.
Right, that's you sauce.
Oh dear, Andy's ordering in now. Right, okay.
Well, everyone's saying they're hungry, you see. So me and Hannah were having a little discussion in there about what to get for you because we had no idea.
Oh,
We weren't going to order anything if we couldn't
right,
get you now.
hang on. I've got more comments to answer here. Gecko, what?
Right,
Never
let's-
heard of it. It's totally your fault now that I have my fair share of them. Keep us posted on your retreat because we all want to come. Gecko Rouge, it's a website. They do kits only. Although I do think that they might possibly have started just doing some charts as well via Oscar's Picks, I think it's called. Although I could be wrong. As I said, it's happened before. But Gecko Rouge website, you'll have seen some of them. Saskia, if you haven't seen, I've had a few unboxing videos lately. And they are kits that are in like a darkish browny coloured box with a red ribbon. And those are Gecko Rouge kits. And I have currently 8 of them. I think it's 8 of them, 7 or 8 of them. And I'm a member of the Gold Club. So I do like a savings plan. And then at the end of each year, I get a voucher to spend. I'm like, woohoo. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Dumfries is not far from my brother-in-law. Guess who's going to Dumfries soon? Yeah, Sarah's shop, she's got a shop, an actual physical LNS in Dumfries. I'd have to have a look on the website and see where it is. But from what I understand, it's in the town centre in Dumfries. So there's only one I want, and that's Omri Koresh's Mad Hatter. I love that character so much. Oscar's Picks are charts, yeah, I thought so. So I was being sarcastic, but thanks for explaining. Saskia, naughty. I'll let you off though. You're a nice lady. Okay. Okay.
No, Hannah, I'll do it.
Oh dear, you two still having a debate over supper. Oh, steady. Okay. What about Lauren?
We're talking the good news now.
Yeah, Lauren's apparently in the bathroom. Lauren, open the door, please.
We've got good news.
Lauren, open the door.
Oh dear. She might not want to open the door.
This week, woman, do you want a piece of massive good news? We have ordered an pizza.
We got hungry. You think I don't? What pizza? Fuck yeah.
I'm hearing the conversation from upstairs, and Lauren is very pleased that Andy's ordered a pizza. It's the little things, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh my days. Anyway. I've actually not done that many stitches this session. I've only done just over 100. Amazing, the fuss over food. Totally understandable if you ask me. Yeah. They live for ham and pineapple pizza in this house. And before anybody asks me, I know for some people it's a swear word. Ham and pineapple shouldn't be on pizza, but they love it.
They're having a debate now on Mum's Live whether pineapple should be on pizza.
No, nobody's having a debate. I'm just saying, before anybody asks me, you know.
The correct
like
answer is it should be on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is lovely.
Pineapple on pizza is correct. I don't care what anyone says.
It's a bit different, but it's nice.
Saskia apparently works in a restaurant, so she hears a lot of that. Hey, dear, it's all good fun.
In a sesame bun.
Indeed.
Or the other thing we usually say, but we can't say on here.
No, because I don't want to get my live demonetized. Thank you very much.
So it's just one night if I do say so myself.
And because it came to 22 quid, we also get the free garlic bread as well, which made Hannah really nice. Really happy.
Yeah, Hannah loves the garlic bread.
Yeah.
Pizza, garlic bread, and some chips. Perfect evening.
The girls have already earmarked some for the breakfast as well. So.
Oh my God. Oh dear, all good fun. I'm just sat here enjoying my stitching. Like I have been all day. I've had a right nice day stitching. It's been lovely. Been great to see progress on this piece. Right, so we're getting some debates now. Christine says ham and pineapple is a favourite. Pineapple on pizza is a favourite. Silver Stitch is the only pizza I eat is cheese and tomato. Silver Stitch is also a garlic bread. And we are having sign me up for some garlic bread from Adria.
What's this one?
Yeah. Oh, she's in Budapest.
That's not far away.
Apparently Budapest is not that far away, Adria. Patricia says it's like sitting with you in the living room. Yeah, you know, I think that's a nice thing about, you know, when I come on these lives, that, you know, we have conversations and stuff, you know, with the family. And I'm sure you guys will know from my floss tubes and stuff. I try and keep things very real. You know, I don't, you know, obviously I'm mindful of my language because I've got a gob like a fishwife, but, you know.
We are.
Everyone who doesn't want pineapple pizza, leave it then. More for us. Yeah. Mrs. Miggins, I've stitched more this evening than all week. I lost my stitchy bug this week, but I think it's back. Way to go.
I need to start doing up with diamond painting again. I've not done
Yeah, you've got to because you've got plenty coming.
I know. I've not done any on it for a couple of weeks. Let's get back into it.
Patricia will eat the meat feast but not touch the fruit. Is that a face I see forming in the yellow section? No. It is the top of some buildings here. This is the top of another building. It's like a fairy tale castle. I think it is. Mrs. Miggins on the meat feast. Right, I tell you what, here's the deal, ladies. If we all get and go to a retreat, the retreat food is going to be pizza. And you can fight it out over the meat feast, the ham and pineapple, and the garlic bread.
I want to watch that.
Hannah signs up.
Go on, Hannah. Oh dear. What you like it?
There are 50 of you watching this.
Is that a record?
Nope, it's getting to be pretty much the norm.
Just so you know, I wouldn't have criticised it if it was a record.
Mm-hmm. Sharon says it's good for her. Oh, of course, Silver Stitches. You can have your cheese and tomato. Saskia, yep, you're in. Did I tell you about pizza day that they had at the office the other week? They had pizza. They had pizza day on a Wednesday, and they brought me carrot sticks and a Freddo.
You know, I told about the Freddo. But you told you were getting carrot sticks.
Yeah, and I got the carrot sticks and a Freddo.
Did you get a whole bag?
Yeah.
They also got this bag of carrots. Would have been
Patricia's
cheaper.
in. Yeah, great stuff. Right, you're all in.
You see me rolling.
Yeah, you'll be in for the pizza and rolling home. What is a Freddo? Freddo is a tiny chocolate bar, which I have as part of my diet.
You can
Anna.
show them.
Anna, go and get
Go
one.
and grab a Freddo.
Go and get one. So Nikki has a box full of them.
Oh, yes.
How many are you down to now?
I don't know, but I might need some more. I still have my Freddo Easter egg. Give me the Freddo. The cat thinks you know I've got shiny for her.
Well, you might have a shiny when you finish eating it.
I'm not eating this Freddo tonight. Freddo
I'll eat it for you.
is a little chocolate. It's a couple of inches tall. It's the shape of a frog. 95 calories. And it's my little. These are my little treat with my diet.
Yep. A treat they are indeed.
Cat's happy.
Well,
I have a box full of these Freddos. A big tub. And I still have my Freddo Easter egg. Not eating it yet.
Easter's been and gone, mother.
I know. One of the fellas at Slimming World group offered to take it off my hands. He says, I'll see to that grenade for you. Don't you worry about that.
What was that one, Andrew?
Yep.
Awesome.
If you put Freddo in the freezer, it'll take longer to eat. Yep. That will be me in the summer. I shall have a Freddo in the freezer.
I want to see what a frozen Freddo looks like.
It looks exactly the same as an unfrozen Freddo.
Yeah, but like frozen.
Yeah, but just cold.
Yours took her shiny
I don't know. Where is it?
by your chair.
How did it end up there?
Because the cat was back and it ends up there. Wait till you can see it first.
Cat's playing. Toy. Well, I say it's a toy. It's a bloody wrapper.
It's a Freddo wrapper.
She won't play with toys, she'll play with wrappers as well.
Yep.
Crazy cat.
Or a little ball of tin foil. Or
Anything that shines.
Yep.
Mental cat.
I used to do that with curly whirlies. Yeah. Try frozen curly whirly in the summer. I know.
How many things are curly whirly?
I think it depends. Catherine has come in. She's a diabetic. She wants a pizza with a cauliflower crust. Tell you what, Catherine, if you make it over here to a retreat, I will make it. Okay, my dog Nissa is more likely to take the wrapper than any of my 4 cats. Off to find some lunch. Oh, that talk of pizza, Mal, that's made you hungry. Have a great week and see you next week, all being well. Yeah, it made out of cauliflower rather than out of dough. Yes, curly whirlies were a lot bigger. So Freddos were cheaper. So, but curly whirlies, I think, suffer from shrinkflation. Same as wagon wheels, yeah. Do you know what? I had Hannah had a wagon wheel earlier on and I scanned it on my Slimming World app. 8.5 sins for a wagon wheel.
I still ate it.
Yeah, you still ate it.
I'm not on a diet. I'm skinny enough.
Yes, I think wagon wheels were bigger too.
I know it looks a bit smaller when I go out to pack it.
I tell you what else I used to love as a kid, Caramacs.
I like them caramel nipples.
My mum used to buy me a Caramac when I was on my way to my Auntie Susan's from the shop on Migali's shop, Anna, near Fighting Cocks.
Oh, cock shop.
Yeah.
It's not the galleys that run it now, though. They're retired.
Yeah, probably 28 sins years ago. True that, Mrs. Miggins. Lion bars and double deckers. Oh my God. I used to love double deckers. I wasn't so fond of lion bars. Patricia still likes Caramac. And those gold bars as well.
They were nice.
And biscuits with the caramel chocolate around them. Oh,
They still do like them breakaway bars. And I've stopped doing them.
yeah, I still do breakaways.
You used to get them all the time for us as a kid.
Mm.
They weren't the best, but they weren't that bad.
Saskia says, hello, Hannah. And how is your new job going? We're still waiting for a start date because they still haven't completed finalising the DBS check that Hannah needs because she's been working with vulnerable people.
They said at worst 5 months, but I think what they meant to, you're going to be waiting 5 months.
Yeah. Seems to be a long way, or a long wait. I used to love marathons. Yes, I still call them marathons too, Patricia. You know, everybody else is like, it's a Snickers. No, it's a marathon.
Why did they rename it?
Do you know, most things got renamed to satisfy overseas consumers, like Jif cream cleaning is now called, it used to be called Jif, it's now called Sif, because Jif in some countries is a rude word.
It sounds like something else that's very similar. Don't say it out loud.
Clubs. Hannah, what about a club biscuits? Mint flavour and orange flavour clubs.
Yeah, I've not had any of them for a while.
Yeah.
Last time I wanted them when Sean brought some in for kennels.
Mm.
Dogs didn't get any, obviously, they were for humans.
Opal fruits.
Starburst.
See, you know that they were opal fruits.
Yeah, because Poundland were doing like bags of them as opal fruits at one point. It was through the Poundland.
Saskia says, mate, that sucks. Sorry to hear that about your job.
Oh, it's fine.
She still got the job. It's just like, you know, waiting for Christmas.
I have some lovely people who are keeping me busy in the meantime.
Oh, yes. Hannah can still fill up her days. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think that the image has been a lot more stable this time since I restarted my phone. Even though it was a pain in the neck, it wouldn't restart in time because technology hates me.
Have you told them how I renamed your laptop over there?
No. You just do all the technological stuff though, Hannah.
I can do many things. I'm a woman of many talents.
Indeed you are. Sounds like Lauren's out of the bath. She says, good on you, Hannah, chin up. Hannah still goes volunteering once a week at the local dog kennel. And she rather enjoys that. And he also helps look after her granddad and her granddad's dog, which is kind of technically Hannah's dog. And, you know, but the dog doesn't live here because of the cat.
But we're slowly working on that.
Make sure Hannah helps you book the hall for the retreat. That's a good idea. Hannah, you can make some phone calls.
Anything but phone calls.
I think I've got 3 hopes of that. Patricia, no hope, Bob hope, and antelope. That ain't happening.
I will very happily order the pizzas and watch it all fight.
Oh, she'll order the pizzas. There you go.
I cannot stop laughing at phone calls.
Sandy, whatever happened to Spangles? Oh, I like Spangles.
No,
They were a sweetie.
what were like?
Why don't you
what
Google
can
them?
compare them to? That takes effort. What can you compare them to and what we've got nowadays?
I can't remember whether they were hard or soft. If they were soft, then I would compare them to fruit pastels. If they were hard, I'd compare them. They were like a boiled sweet if they were hard in a tube. I can't remember. Hard fruit, that's it. They were like a boiled sweet in a tube, but they had like an outside on them that were like what you find on outside of a fruit pastel. How much have I done on this particular project? I am 8.98% in, 14,000 stitches of 156,000. What am I thinking of that were round ones then? If they were square. I might be thinking of American hard gums. Fruit polos as well. Oh, I used to love fruit polos. They used to get stuck to everything though.
Did they stop doing? I haven't seen them in years.
No, I haven't seen them in a long time either.
They were good as well.
I think they discontinued them.
Do you remember polo holes, Andy?
No, you've mentioned these before, but I don't know what they were.
They discontinue some of the best stuff
Yeah.
sometimes. Like them ice cream, them calypso shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clippos. There used to be an ice cream in here in England called Funny Feet, and then they brought it back after a while. It was like literally the shape of a pink foot.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I remember them now.
And then they brought it back.
I don't think I've physically seen one, but I know of them. I've seen like pictures.
Oh my God, we could be here forever talking about nostalgic sweets, couldn't we? I used to like Mojo Chews. Anybody remember Mojo Chews? They were half a pence each or 2 for a half pence at one bit.
What were they like?
They were like a little fruit chew, Hannah.
A bit like Starburst. So.
No, they were small and harder than a Starburst. But you know, when I was a kid, I used to go and get a 10p mix, and they were like there'd be more than 10 sweets in a 10p mix. They'd be like 20. Depending on which shop we went to around here, you could get, you know, as many as 25. Oh, white chocolate mice, yeah, that's another one.
I like them.
And foam shrimps, like foam shrimps.
They're nice.
Yorkshire mixture with the what do you call it? With the big fish sweetie that were about that long.
The Mardens.
Yeah.
They were kind of hard, but they were chewy.
No, they were a boiled sweet, Hannah. You can still get them. Fruit salads and blackjack chews. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember blackjacks. There was always somebody, though, that, oh, I don't like blackjacks.
I don't like blackjack.
You'd be like in a group of friends and you'd have a bag of sweets and you'd be sharing them around. And everybody have a blackjack. And oh, I don't like blackjack. No wrong with blackjacks.
I don't like them.
Me and my dad used to play cards a lot when I was a kid. And I used to like bring home 2-pence bubblies, blackjacks and fruit salads and jawbreaker gobstoppers. And we used to use them as bets. Use them as stakes for card game. We started me out young. I remember when we could get 8 fruit salad and blackjacks for 6-pence. For 6-pence until decimalisation came in, we got 4 for 10p. Yes, decimalisation was hard, wasn't it? Rhubarb and custard sweets, yeah. Andy likes those, don't you, love?
Mm.
Saskia, sadly, I don't know any of these sweets. You need a retro sweets site then, Saskia. We had a lot of sweets in England that are no longer made, which is a great shame. Cola cubes. What about pineapple cubes? Oh, I used to like those as well. Rhubarb and custard, and you'd watch rhubarb and custard, eating rhubarb and custard. Pear drops. Pear drops were a big favourite of mine.
They were nice.
Yeah, I had a sweet tooth, 2 silver stitches, although I don't so much these days. Yes, lots of sweets that are now no longer out. Sherbet pips, bonbons. Andy still likes bonbons, don't you, love?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them for a while.
You should have been in a sweet shop that we went into yesterday then. At Hornsey.
Well, if you'd invited me, I would have.
Somehow I think, Hannah, you wouldn't have wanted to sleep in the same room as us.
Well,
No, I need my
You should
own
have had to
room.
skip between us, wouldn't you? Because it were only a double bed.
I would need my own room with an ensuite too.
Mm-hmm.
Not happening.
Can't share back.
Flying saucers, yeah.
They're minging.
I used to love flying saucers, like a sherbet in the middle. In fact, that retro sweet pack that we got yesterday had some in.
Mine's got something I don't plan it.
Go and get that other retro sweet bag out at pantry for me, Hannah.
I've got mine upstairs.
No,
It's
is it
quicker to get
just one in pantry? You don't have to go upstairs.
It's quicker to get mine up and I know where it
Oh
is.
my God. Sherbet dips and double dips and dip dab things with the lollipop in them. Girls still love them now. And we used to get a lucky bag for 10p. And there was usually a lollipop in it, a dressed up dolly, a bracelet or a necklace, and a little colouring book and pen, or what do you call them? Crayons. I love a lucky bag. Kids these days, they don't have all of this stuff, do they? So this is a retro sweets pack I got for the girls yesterday. flying saucers, tongue painters, love hearts, swizzles, snap, drumsticks, puds, fizzers, a few retro sweeties in there. Sherbet powder, used to dip the fingers in and get a yellow finger. Yeah, I used to like sherbet, double dips and dip dabs. Parma violets, yeah, that's another one. I like those. But again, it was one of them sweets. It was always somebody that said, I don't like them. Yeah, refreshers. God, you know, when you think about it, lots of them, weren't there? Them indeed were the days, Mrs. Miggins, yes. We had so much more sweeter selection, didn't we? I'd always breathe in at the wrong time and choke myself. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Had a sherbet cough, and then when you coughed out, come this cloud of white dust. Retro sweets will go on the retreat tables. If ever I get to organise one, it'll be retro sweets and pizza. Catherine says a blue Peter badge and a spangle. That's definitely a blast from the past. That a blue Peter badge, isn't it?
They still give them out.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
It.
I thought that said bacon with
Double lollies. Them
Wow.
candy lollies. Used to like those as well.
What's the how or why? But what's it bacon with?
Well, I know a lot of foods from around the time of DDR here in Germany. A few are still around, and my mum has them in her cupboards all the time. Yep. Here, and Hannah, you might want to consider moving in with Sharon. Sharon's son is 26, and she makes him up a pick and mix every week.
With what?
Sweeties, obviously.
What? Yeah, but like what kind of sweets? I need these.
Oh, I would imagine it'd be all kinds of sweets.
Is it free rent? Do I have my own room?
Sharon will come and live with you. Hannah will come and live with you, Sharon. If it's free rent, she's got her own room.
Super noodles, dog welcome.
Yeah, super noodles, dogs welcome, chicken nuggets on tap as well.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I'm not easy to live with.
No, you're not. You're absolutely right on that one. Sweet peanuts, Sandy. Oh my God, you are talking my language there.
That sounds neat.
Yeah, sweet peanuts. Aniseed balls. She love aniseed balls. And puff candy. And cinder toffee.
And cinder toffees are good. We used to get some from Wentworth.
Yeah.
Garden centre. Put the thing outside, didn't they?
Yeah, sour bubble gum. Yeah. Sharon says that she'll swap you, but her son's got to come and live here.
That's fine. You never had a boy. The room has to be clean though.
Oh yeah, he's got to keep Hannah's room clean.
And that room's got to be clean if I'm going to move into it. I'm not moving into another messy room. Bad enough cleaning that one.
All right. Right, we are at 220 stitches done. Edinburgh Rock. Yes, I had that a long time ago, and tablet as well.
Tablet? We had that for young.
Yeah, I used to make tablet.
Did you?
Yeah, I can make tablet. 220 stitches, chaps. I'm going to leave it there because I've got a jacket potato winging its way towards me.
Cat.
So it's been fun. Thank you all very much for joining me. Let's do it all again next week. We'll talk about more plans for this retreat.
More pizzas.
More pizzas, yeah.
Where are we even going to hold this retreat?
I don't know yet.
We're going to have to work something out.
Absolutely amazing. Lovely chat with you all. Right, I'm going to clear off. So thanks all so much for... Oh, blimey, Gail, haven't you done well? 397 stitches. Holy moly. It's been wonderful. Thank you all so much for coming in. Videos out as ever this week, so watch out for those. But take care, guys. Happy stitching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.